Hey guys, it's Sloan Star 481Z3 here, and Popstar here, and my friend Sloan. Sloan, say hi.
What's up?
That was hot. That was not high, but okay, sounds good. So, if you've heard of the BBB format, that triple B TCG, it kindly made because it is such an incredible format. I definitely recommend it. And so, like the format budget budget build battle doesn't cost too much to make a deck. You'll play it on TCG Live. Pretty simple decks, like, it's kind of like GLC, but standard. If you haven't heard of GLC, I'll tell you what this format's about. So, you can have only two copies of every single Pokemon. Or, I mean, every single card. Yeah, that's insane. Usually it's four, and four is double of two. That's a lot. Sloan, what do the stage ones and stage twos with the basics go like?
If you decide to play a stage one of the card, you're allowed to play 3 copies of the basic. And if you play the stage two, you can play up to 4 copies of the basic. Also,
Let's,
I want to mention
let's
before we
Sloan, I
forget
have a quick
these
question.
cards. Yep.
What if I run two stage two? Does that mean I can run three stage one or four stage one or no?
Nope. You're limited to 2 copies of the evolutions, regardless if you play the stage two or not.
So it makes the basics just help out more consistency. And that's kind of a little rundown. There's a lot of wonky decks. There hasn't been a meta defined right as of now, but so far it's kind of looking like Frostlass. But the meta hasn't been defined because it's a lot of wonky decks. So now we'll get right into our vid, which is about the top 10 new Stellar Crown cards for the BBB format. Here you go. You you go, Sloan, with number 10
Okay.
Melmetal.
Starting off at number 10, Melmetal. A reason for putting Melmetal at number 10 is because there's a lot of metal support currently with the likes of Matang. And yeah, with the likes of Matang. His backup attackers like Zamazenta. And 250 damage, just one-shotting everything in the format. That one tool card, we got Townstar, we got Arvin. We have Roseanne's backup to put back Poke Tools. They'll be paired with Binding Mochi and Brute Bonnet hit 290. This just deals so much damage, it's dumb not to put it on the list.
Yeah, the map, we could potentially do 300 damage with it. That's just insane. That's KOing anything in format, especially just using the Matang. Easy.
It also one-shots some relevant Pokemon like Torterra, one of the
Oh,
more
yeah.
dominant decks right now.
Torterra is a very bulky deck as of right now. Also, is resistance to Torterra. Funnily enough. Let's go to the next one.
Number 9.
Number 9, we got Lacey. Lacey is a supporter card that allows you shuffle your hand into your deck, draw 4 cards. If your opponent, by chance, has 3 or fewer prize cards remaining, you may draw 8 cards instead of 4. So, the format is usually mainly just taking one prize card after one prize card after one prize card. So if your opponent took out 3 guys, you can just lazy draw 8. That's insane. Usually run a 2 of this, I'm assuming, and just hope you can you can get better supporters earlier on in the game. Lacey's an incredibly good late game supporter, like Pokegear Lacey, or even if you play Gallade in your deck, because in that late of a game you'll probably have Gallade in play if you do play it in your deck. So Gallade Lacey, you're drawing 8. That's insane. What do you think, Slow?
Especially right after you get Ionoed.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Lacey feels really powerful, especially if you get
yeah.
Ionoed or judged or whatever late game. I've lost so many
hmm
games of getting late game Ionoed and the KO my
Yeah,
Bibarel.
extremely. Let's go to the 8th one right here.
Number 8 being Archaludon. Another metal type Pokemon that they're including in this video. It's mostly here due to its ability Steel Bridge. Any Pokemon with Steel type energy attached has no retreat cost. which feels like a really broken effect in my opinion,
Oh
because
yeah, I can definitely
there's a lot
agree.
of there's definitely a lot of high retreat cost steel Pokemon, or even not steel Pokemon, like Babero, for example. 2 retreat costs, your opponent bossed it up, they're set up now. It's just a fun little way to be able to get around your board easier. Plus 160 for 3 fits perfectly in a middle box.
Also, Sloan, I just realized, you know how Iron Blaster makes it can't attack next turn?
For your
If you're
retreats, you just
gonna,
retreat into another one.
yeah, Zero Energy, easy retreat. Archaludon, pretty easy, just fit in any Matang box, like that. Let's go on to number 7. Number 7, Boufflant. We put Boufflant this low on the list because you can only play 2 of each basic. Boufflant only works with 2 of each basic. So Boufflant's Curly Wall ability. If you have any other Boufflant in play, it can be any Boufflant. It doesn't have to be this exact Boufflant. All basic colorless Pokemon take 60 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. That's a lot. But you can't activate more than one Curly Wall ability at a time. So if you have 2 Boufflant in play, you're not doing minus 120. You're just doing the minus 60. And the balance power 130 can retreat. It's okay, but we use it just for the bulk. But it's unfortunate we can only play 2. What are your thoughts, Slow?
Yeah, it seems really powerful. Like even in standard, minus 60 damage is still a lot. And then now that it's like minus 60 when everything's hitting 130 to like 170 damage, that's like almost like a little bit below half your damage output. Your opponent's damage
Also,
output? Yeah.
Boufflant works extremely well with Fan Rotom and also Tornadus. Tornadus is actually pretty powerful. Tornadus's attack, I forget what it's called, but it does 110 damage, and you take 50 less damage. With 110 HP, if Boufflant, you're minus the 60, you have 110 HP, you're taking 110 less. Your opponent has to hit 220 to KO you. That's without even a tool. Say we have a luxurious cape, your opponent has to do 320 damage just to knock out a basic two prizer. That's insane.
And if you paired with stuff like Monkey Dory, like in the North American tournament week 3, I believe we saw 3 Cloyster decks, makes it where you take 80 less damage per turn, being in top 8.
Yeah,
So which is super powerful in this
that was
format.
extremely unexpected by most players. Also, Monkey Dory, we don't even need single, like, we don't need a defined energy because most of our guys are colorless. So, might as well put some Monkey Dories and some darkness in there.
Yeah,
Let's go
exactly.
on.
Anyways,
Let's let's go on to number 6.
number 6 being Marowak. Reason for putting Marowak on this list. Like real quick, Marowak does for one fighting energy. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon takes 40 less damage. Sorry, their attacks do 40 less damage. I can't reading cards is hard. Anyways,
Yep,
for
it's
double
all
color
fine.
for the double colorless, if any of your Cubone on bench have damage counters on them, you deal 120 more damage with doing 60 initially. 180 for a DTE being like 160. The one Keybone from 151 makes where you deal 30 more damage. Your Marowaks deal 30 more damage. That's like 190 for DTE. What, sorry, 180 for DTE. Or, yeah,
You were right on
big
the
numbers
190.
with Gabe Jabog. Math is hard when you're on the spot.
Also, what are your thoughts? You know how there's a supporter card called Crispin? We'll let you know about that later on. But you know how there's a supporter card called Crispin? We can use Crispin, use Darkness Energy, use Monkey Dory, and we're cooking.
Yep, getting Marowak charged up one turn. I could see this deck very easily
Yeah.
be a meta threat.
Also,
in this.
Grant, yeah, Grant, even more damage.
Oh yeah, yeah. Grant feels really strong in this deck too.
Oh yeah, a
It
ton
it's
of
just such a versatile
damage.
card.
The only downside is that you have to get that damage on that Cuba, and if you can't, you're not doing much.
But there's a bunch of ways to do that in this format. There's
Yeah,
Deep Drop
damage
Bog,
pump. Yo,
mm-hmm.
yo, 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 yo. I
Hero
just
Hero Deck
realized
Trio, I mean Dodrio.
Gengar, Gengar with Monkey Dory, Gengar, damage pump, and we're cooking. We're seriously cooking.
Don't leave
No,
my
I have
future
to
deck
build
list,
this.
bro.
I have to build this. I have to build this. I seriously have to
All right,
build this
do that
now.
after the after the vid.
Yeah, we definitely have to do this. I'll send you the vid slow. I'll send you the deck slow.
All right. Anyways,
Oh, I'm
moving
gonna
on
cook
number
this up. Okay, let's go to
moving
number
on to
five
number
now.
5.
Number five, Gravity Stone. Gravity Stone is a new tool card. It's quite unique. Like the Pokemon this card is attached to is in the active spot. The retreat cost of both active Pokemon is one colorless more. So, a unique thing with Gravity Stone, you can use it with Bronzong. The one Bronzong for 3 energy, 1 seal, 2 colorless does 40 damage. That's not a lot, but does even more damage for each retreat cost on your opponent's active Pokemon. So, say they have a base 2, you add the one with Gravity Stone, you play either Spidops or Calamitous Wasteland, you're doing 4, so now you're doing 240 damage to a
Side
2
note,
retreat
I think he
guy.
meant to say Ariados, not Spidops,
Oh
because
yeah, I'm
Spidops
stupid.
isn't in this format.
Oh yeah, I'm stupid. Don't forget about that. I'm stupid. But it's okay. Yeah. Same spider. Tomato, tomato.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Also, I could see Gravity Stone being played in not just a deck that's focused on retreat cost. It can be paired with
Also,
stuff like
control.
yeah, you can pair to control, but even like an aggro deck, you just slap it on there, boss up your opponent's bib, and then
Yeah.
if they don't have a way to retreat, they don't have a way to retreat. You can either get set up or just win via deck out.
Yeah, it's clutch in a
With
lot
Bib,
of. I won't
with Bib being
be
like the most
surprised.
popular
Oh,
Pokemon
go
in the
ahead.
format right now. Sorry, with Bib being like one of the most popular draw engines in the format right
Uh,
now, I
it's
feel like
Bibarel,
it's a very good card.
Bibarel,
But yeah, that's
and
good.
Gallade, Curlia are the most common draw engines. We've seen some Liepard, but very little. The Gallade Curla is just a bit better than Liepard because you can also get the supporter with the Gallade. So yeah, that supporter's nice. Moving on to the number 4 spot.
Number 4 spot being Slow King. Slow
Incredible
King's attack
card.
stays for a Psychic and a colorless. Discard the top card of your deck. If it's a Pokemon without a rule box, use that Pokemon's attack. Which paired with stuff like Terrakion, yeah, with Terrakion. There's a Staraptor. There's a whole bunch of other powerful Stage 2
There's
Pokemon.
one Delphox Pokemon. Do you know what Delphox does?
Delphox, Energy Crush, 50 damage for each energy on your opponent's side of the board. There's just so many different attackers that you couldn't use before that Slowking makes usable now.
Oh yeah,
See,
incredible amount. You can
there's
make.
Silene, there's Academy at Night,
Oh
there's
yeah,
Cypher Maniac.
Cylene,
So many of those
Academy at
characters you can put
Night,
for your deck.
Cypher Maniac. It's just insane. Also,
There's even like
Slowking. Oh, go ahead.
there's even like that one Electric Marpeco where you look at the top card of your deck. I think it's keep or leave it there or discard it, or just look at it. It's one of the two. Even still, that's a powerful
It's
card.
look at it and discard if you want.
Yeah.
So Slowking can be paired with about actually any Pokemon in this format. And the interesting thing about Slowking is that say you by chance discard a Slowking with a Slowking, you can still use that next Slowking because it specifies choose one of that Pokemon's attacks and use it as this attack. So you just use that attack again. So you discard the next card to use it, which I find quite interesting.
Just don't deck out.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, moving on to the number 3 slot, I believe. Yep, number 3.
Ooh, now getting
Being
top three. Top three. What is it?
top 3.
What is it?
Crispin.
Crispin. Crispin is an incredible card. BBB, standard, expanded, I guess. There hasn't been much expanded. GLC, maybe. I don't know. But Crispin is a very unique card. Crispin allows you to search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards of different types. Kinda how Mirage Gate works. You can only get 2 different types. Reveal them to your opponent, as always. Put one of them into your hand. Attach the other energy to one of your Pokemon. Shuffle your deck, obviously. So, you can, like, it's incredible. Take one energy, take the other. Darkness, onto Monkey Dory, attach per turn. Attack, boom, it's insanely good. Essentially, you can attach both
Another.
because. Oh, go ahead.
Mhm. No good.
Okay. So, essentially, you can attach both energy if you want to because you have your attachment per turn and also your attachment with Crispin. The only downside, I figured this out at pre-release, funny enough. With Crispin, the first effect is put it in your hand. The second effect is attach it. So if you only have that one type of energy, you have to put it in your hand instead of attaching it. Unfortunately.
Yep. Another. With a future card coming up in these next few slides, can be very. It's very powerful paired with Crispin.
Oh
Because
yeah.
if you're running that card, you're in 2 different energy types already. Just accelerate them, and that dex has so much energy acceleration.
Actually,
You,
I'm
you
pretty
know, there's no.
sure I'm pretty sure all in the
But
top three think that Crispin could be useful. Because Crispin is like an easy card that can fit in like about every single deck. Even as just a one
yeah,
of.
like almost every deck can play a certain little monkey guy that heals 30 HP to the psychic type.
Yeah,
Monkey Dory.
easily.
Very slottable in most decks.
Also, Ogie Dogie with Crispin would work
Yeah.
well.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of it with Okie Dokie. Yeah, that's kind of broken.
Now, let's go to our number 2 spot. Top 2 now. Getting a bit scary. Top 2, or I mean, number 2
Top
is this
Rotom
guy.
Fan.
Yep.
Rotom Fan has the ability Fan Call. If it's your very first turn, you may use this ability. Search your deck for
Yeah, only your
up to
first
3
turn.
colorless Pokemon. Hmm?
Yeah, only first turn. No other
Yeah,
turn.
only in your
I've
first
had
turn.
people mess up on that.
Only in your first turn, look through your deck for 3 colorless Pokemon with 100 HP or less. Reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck afterwards. You can only use one Fan Rotom's ability per turn, but one's all you need. Doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, obviously you don't need 2 fan returns.
Which, in my opinion, the thing that most things struggle with in this format is consistency.
Oh
So
yeah.
Fan Rotom just lets all colorless decks just get an instant grab 3. As long as you don't get Iono the next turn, it's broken. Assuming you're grabbing an
Also,
evolution off the Fan Rotom.
also
Because you can't grab evolutions.
the thing I
But
like about its attack is that you don't have to discard the stadium. It just has there has to be some sort of stadium in play. You don't have to discard it, which is what I enjoy about Fan Rotom.
I
Its
can very well
attack.
see myself getting some bonks with Fan Rotom's one
100%.
colorless for 70.
Fan Rotom
Like,
Chorus.
exactly. Broken. Grab Artisan.
Oh yeah. Artisan, Slot Rescue Board in this deck. Yeah, this deck could really do some damage. Swap in Crispin. Play some Monkey Dories. Play Bidoofs and Barrels, maybe. He's colorless. Buddy Buddy
Very powerful.
Poffin. Buddy Buddy Poffin can grab a fan rotom.
So you
That's
Arvin for
insane.
Buddy Buddy popping, grab 2 basics, and then grab 3 more, meaning with one Arvin, your entire bench is filled up.
Yeah, that's just
Who
wild.
needs that one A spec? The one cart one.
Oh yeah, that one's insane. 4 battle VIP pass. Yeah, that's insane. Any turn of the game, 4 battle VIP pass is insane. Let's go on.
Anyways,
Not
moving on
number
to our
one.
honorable mentions.
Gotta get our honorable mentions in. I'll go briefly on these because they're honorable mentions. But we've got Clang Clang, Swalot, and Comfey. Clang Clang is pretty good because it's emergency spin. If there's a stage 2, if your opponent has a stage 2, my bad. If your opponent has a stage 2 Pokemon play, you can put Cling Cling on your bench. So Cling Clang can be a pretty good attacker because there are multiple of decks that do play stage 2s. Also, if you play up against a Excalibur box,
You're
slap a
good.
DT on Cling Clang, boss up that Excalibur, you're KOing. What are they doing?
Exactly.
With Swallow, I really like Swallow. It's fun. It's gulp down
Also,
attack. Go ahead.
also something to mention is that if you're throwing this into the middle box, you can very easily just one shot your opponent's big barrel with that and just have an attacker out of nowhere.
It might even fit in. It might even fit extremely well in Firebox because it'll probably have a bad matchup into backs. I
Mm-hmm.
just thought of that. And funnily enough, I just realized I accidentally sorted these cards by rarity. I meant to sort them by HP, not rarity. Klinkang, rare, Swallow, uncommon, Comfey, common. Just realized that. That's kind
Anyways,
of funny. So
yep.
let's
Anyways,
go
moving on to yeah, honorable mention.
Swallow. Swallow,
Our reason.
what happened?
Sorry, you mind if I do swallow it real quick?
Yeah. It's gulp down attack, 10 plus damage. Yeah, 10 plus. So if this Pokemon has more energy attached to it than your opponent's active Pokemon, this attack does 160 more damage. That's a lot of damage. That is 170. That can KO a lot of guys.
For a single energy, nonetheless, it works up Janine. Or if you really want to, if you're running it with a Crispin, you can just grab the energy out of the deck
Yeah,
and
Crispin
just
will
grab the
work.
turn.
What Pokemon do you think, or like what other energy do you think will pair well with Crispin for a Swalot?
Um,
Matang,
there's probably
possibly?
another, maybe Matang. But because you have
Matang,
such a cheap energy cost,
maybe Excalibur.
maybe.
If this was a single colorless energy, that would be even more broken. It would probably make the top 10 because you can
Yeah.
fit well in any deck. Actually, not about any. So pretty
Which,
easy.
yeah,
We also got
most decks right now don't need a lot of energies to get going. Like Torterra's 2, Okidogi's 2,
yeah.
Froslass is like none because of the Arcanine.
Oh yeah,
So it's not very hard to get more energies in your opponent.
yeah.
And 170 is KO
So
in most things.
now the last one on our honorable mentions, only got 3, is Comfey. Comfey's Flower Shower, beautiful name. Each player draws 3. You could say, that is horrible. That's basically just a nerf Rotom. Your opponent gets 3? That makes no sense. So the reason why Comfey is actually in the honorable mentions is that we're technically milling 3, and also don't forget Zerosix Maniac or Mechanism or whatever
Amalgamation.
it's. Yeah, that thing. I don't care. Your opponent has to discard until they have 3 cards. So if they have like a 10 card hand, you can Zerosic away 7 cards, which is insane. Insanely insane.
Also to mention, As we said before, Gravity Stone, broken card. You can
Oh
just stick
yeah.
your opponents but barely inactive while you're sitting there just milling their whole deck.
Mm-hmm.
If they even if they are able to get an energy on it each turn, that's 3 turns. That's 9 cards, and then you'd mill 6 with Zerosic.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bunch.
Now let's go to our number one spot. Slow. Take it away.
All right, number 1 slot is Joltik. I know you may be thinking, but why? I know you may be thinking, why is Joltik here? It's just some random basic 30 HP Pokemon. It's here for its attack, battery charge, get 2 grass type energy, get up to 2 grass type energies and 2 electric type energies, and attach them any way you like. Notice how it doesn't specify it has to be attached to a grass or electric type, meaning any colorless deck, any grass deck, any electric deck, or even a deck that, like for example, has a steel colorless. This can work too. Just throw in a Luminous. Getting 4 energies and staying for 1 energy is just kind of insane. It's very obvious to see why I made our first spot. Plus, works for Crispin.
Oh yeah. Joltik just works insane. Also with the I think it's the Shrouded Fable Galvantula, which can do
Yeah, sure to Fable.
50. It does 80 damage plus 50 damage if your opponent's active Pokemon has an ability. 130, Hail a Babero. That's pretty solid. The only downside is that Joltik can get KO'd by Monkey Dory. So maybe even adding in a Bravery Charm so your Joltiks don't get one shot by Monkey Dories.
Or even just pairing it with a Pokemon like I've been cooking with Wo Chien for
Mm-hmm.
like three grass on the colorless, 100 damage. Your opponent has 200 attack cost. No ability, meaning making it really powerful against Frostlass decks.
Oh yeah, incredible. So I'm pretty sure that does it on the top 10 Select Crown cards for the BBB format. Hope you guys enjoyed the vid. We should be coming out with more videos, hopefully at least once a week. What are your thoughts, Slow?
That's that's the goal. Whether our schedules can work like that, who knows? But hopefully they can. Anyway, see you guys next time.
Okay.